Hi, I'm Ivy Nelson. I am the Elementary Technology Integration Specialist for Belton, and this module is all about using YouTube. YouTube is an excellent resource for the classroom because of all of the free and enriching content that it has for either classroom use or for professional development topics. Because of the openness of YouTube, educators have to be cautious though, because YouTube videos, ads on YouTube, and comments underneath videos could be inappropriate for the classroom and could contain adult language and or adult content. And so we believe that the educational benefits outweigh the risks of YouTube. So this module has been designed to show you how to safely and responsibly use YouTube for educational purposes. All right, whenever you first go to YouTube, if you go to youtube.com, you actually can log in. So you'll see in the top right corner, it has my picture and my name is up here. So I am logged in because YouTube is now owned by Google. And so you can log in with your Google, your BSD email account to be logged in with your account. So when you're logged in, you can have, you would notice on the left hand side you have your home, you have your channel, and we'll talk about your channel a little bit later. But then you also have subscriptions. So if you have a subscription, it means you subscribe to a certain channel. So for example, I've subscribed to several channels, one being Kid President. So whenever Kid President comes out with a new video, it can send me email updates and different things like that. So if you subscribe, you can set it up to where you'll get email alerts when any of those channels come out with new videos. It also will share a history and then a watch later, so you could have kind of a playlist and put things in your queue to watch these YouTube videos at a later time. And then you can create some playlists, and then it will list your subscriptions at the bottom. You also have to where you can browse channels and then manage subscriptions. So that is where you would go if you want to unsubscribe from something. So on my home, if I just search up here and I've typed in Grammar Girl Who versus Whom, and if I search for that video, it will pop up with these. And so this is the video that I want to use, and I would, you always want to make sure, see it started auto playing, so I'm going to pause that for you. So you always want to make sure that you preview YouTube videos before ever showing them to your class. You just want to make sure that you know, everything is school appropriate and that everything is applicable to your content. So, you know, you could find a great video about photosynthesis, but it might be recorded with the intended audience of a high school class versus an elementary school class. So you always want to preview just to make sure that everything's appropriate and to make sure that everything is totally accurate for your purposes. So whenever I pull up this video, I can go full screen, and so that means that you wouldn't see all these other videos on the side. You wouldn't see all of the contents and things or the comments below. So that is a good practice because that takes out some of the risky parts of YouTube, some of the things where students could see inappropriate things. But at the end of a video, after the video ends, it will always pop up with some like suggested movies for afterwards. And so like this. So at the end, it'll have, based on things that you've watched before, it will have different suggestions for you. So some of these images might not be appropriate, and so going full screen can take away the comments and some of the ads, but you might still have ads pop up at the bottom of the video or at the top or in the corners of the video, and then you might have these videos and images pop up afterwards. So if you want to be totally safe when you're sharing or streaming a YouTube video in class, a great way to do that is to use SafeShare TV. So it's safeshare.tv, and this is all there is to the site. You would just paste a YouTube link. So if I go to my YouTube video, I hit Control, click, copy, and then go back to safeshare.tv, click in that bar, and then control click to get my right click, and I paste that link. And then if I click generate safe link, there it's generated for me. And so I can then click, I could customize the video, so I could give it a different title. So I could say Mrs. Nelson's English class, who versus whom. And so I could kind of customize it for my students if I was going to be sharing that link on a website for them. And then if I click take me to my safe view,
so the next step,
this is what we see. So again, it automatically starts playing, but it plays like this. So you don't have any of the ads on the sides, and you have a lot more control over what students see. And when the video is over, then it just goes back to that main screen. So you don't have those other videos that pop up at the end, suggestions. You don't have the ads that might pop up from YouTube. And so this is a much safer alternative for using with students. So then what I would do to either share this with, to put in a lesson plan, to post on my website, to share with a sub, if a sub is going to be showing a video, then you would want to copy and paste this link that is the safeshare.tv link to your safe YouTube video. And you still have the option to play full screen. So if you see in the bottom right hand corner, you would still have that option to play full screen. So that's a really good option too. Another thing that you can do, another really cool thing to do with YouTube is Edpuzzle. And Edpuzzle is a really excellent resource for teachers. I really love it. There's a link to a YouTube video explaining Edpuzzle that is part of this module. And so if you find the section about Edpuzzle and you click to watch that link, basically it does a really good job of explaining what Edpuzzle is. Basically, when you sign into Edpuzzle, you can pull a video from YouTube, and then you can insert content from, like, you can insert a voiceover so that you can introduce the video, or you could insert a voiceover to explain a topic in your own words, or explain it in a different way than is originally in the YouTube video. And then you can also insert questions to check students' understanding. So I really love Edpuzzle because it's a great way to use YouTube videos, but then to make it your own and to make it completely fit what you want to teach in your classroom. And so there's a lot of great resources on YouTube and a lot of great videos for teachers, but sometimes they are, they leave out an aspect that you want your students to know. Or maybe the video is 20 minutes long, but you just need 5 minutes of it. So Edpuzzle's a way where you can crop out what you don't need and just use a section of the video, or you can add those voiceovers and notes from you, and then you can also add questions to check understanding. So Edpuzzle is an excellent resource. Please watch the tutorial video that is linked in this module for Edpuzzle, because it does a great way of explaining and showing you what exactly Edpuzzle does. It is an account, so you would have to sign up for Edpuzzle as a teacher. So if you clicked this button here, you would sign up as a teacher, and then you can actually track progress. So you can create a video, and then you can share the link with students, and they can watch it without having an account. But Edpuzzle also has, if you sign your students up, and they can sign themselves up even with just typing in a little code for your class. And so if they sign up, then you are able to track who has watched the video, who has answered the questions correctly, if you put questions in your Edpuzzle video. And so it's just a really great tool to kind of take what other people have already made on YouTube and then add some content to really customize it and make it your own. So I really like that option as well. Next, we're going to talk about your channel. So when you are logged in as a teacher, you can click this My Channel over on the left-hand side, and then you can customize, you can have your profile picture and you can have different things, and it's linked to your Google Plus profile. So if you have a profile picture set up with Google Plus, then it's kind of all connected to that. And then you can add channel art and different things. So this is my channel that's automatically set up as myself. And then you could also create a channel with as a class. So if I wanted to set up, and there's really great kind of tutorials about how to set up channels and do different things. And so this is linked on, this help tutorial is linked on the module. And so you can refer back to it. But if you want to manage your YouTube channels, there are some different ways that you can do that. So you can set up a channel as yourself. You can set up a channel as a group. And then if you set up a channel as a group, so for example, we have some teachers at the middle school, Belton Middle School, and Lisa Albright, kudos to her. She has done an excellent job of, she's kind of spearheaded. It's called Kids to Kids, and it's also linked in this module. So if you want to check out their YouTube channel, and you can subscribe to it and see the cool videos that they're posting online. But the Kids to Kids channel is a channel that she has created, and then she has added managers. So she did that through her Google Plus account, and then she has added managers. And this help article is linked in the module. So if you're wanting to add managers to the YouTube channel, you would just follow these steps, and then you can do that. So So a few things to remember if you're wanting to do this, if you're wanting to have a YouTube channel, if you're wanting to post videos either that you have made for students or that students have made for your class, there are a few things that we want to make sure that you always remember, and we want to make sure that, and here is some information just from the module. So if you want to do a channel, and you don't necessarily want to do one by yourself, if you would ask around and ask your principal or other teachers in your building if maybe there's already a YouTube channel that your building has, or some teachers in your building that you could just join as a collaborator. And so then you could talk to someone and find out who owns that channel, and then ask them to add you as a manager, because you can actually add up to 50 people as managers. And then if there isn't one that already exists and you want to create your own, we just ask that you create a professional channel by using your BSD email account. And then you can choose to do it with your name, or you can choose to create a channel with a different name. So here's a link to, how do you create a channel. And then if you create a channel, we would just ask that you add Melissa McConnell, who's the district communications specialist, and then Brad Moser and or myself, your technology integration specialist. So if you're secondary, you could just add Brad and Melissa. If you're elementary, you can add Ivy Nelson and Melissa McConnell, or you can add all three of us, because it's limited to 50 people, and you probably won't have 50 people on your channel. So you could probably add all of us if you want to. But that's just so that we can see what's going on, and we can get alerts to what's been uploaded, and we can keep that on our radar. And then if you need any help with it down the road, then we can help manage that as well. We also want to remind you to never give your login information to students to post videos, but have the students give you their video. If it's something that they've created for class, have students share that with you, and then you post the videos to your channel on behalf of the students. Don't ever give students login information to post videos themselves on your YouTube channel. it's against our acceptable use policy to give out username and password information to anyone. And that is why we want to have teachers added as managers so that they can use their own login information to log into the YouTube channel to post. We don't ever want to have a teacher that's giving out their username and password for people to upload videos themselves. We also want to remind you, of course, you would never post videos containing images of students on the no photos list. And so, just always want to make sure that if there's ever a video done for class, that you never have, you could have the back of the student's head so that it's not identifiable, but never have the student's face in a video that you post on a YouTube. So now it's time for you to work on your YouTube summative assessment. So I'm going to give you two options that you can do. So you could do option 1, which is more beginner stage. You will find a video on YouTube and then create a safe link on safeshare.tv. You will copy that SafeShare link and then paste it on Canvas to show that you've completed this activity. Or option 2, which is a more advanced option, you could create an Edpuzzle account and then create a video with your voiceover or your check for understanding questions. You will get that link for the Edpuzzle video from the Share tab, and then you'll paste that onto Canvas. So whichever you're feeling like you're wanting to try, if you want to try the option 1 just to kind of get your feet wet with YouTube and SafeShare, or if you want to try option 2, maybe you've already done SafeShare links before and you want to try out Edpuzzle because you think that would be more valuable, then you can choose and then just upload your links onto Canvas.